What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, Take 9. The camera keeps messing up on me, so we may end up having to redo this again. But I'm sitting still for you guys. That's something that you guys always yell at me about because I'm always moving. So I figured I'd sit still in this video because I couldn't shoot any videos on these loads because they're, you know, top secret and everything, because nobody can see them as we're going down the road. So for all intents and purposes, we're in Mexico, just so we all know. But since we can't do a video on the loads, I figured you guys all must remember the flying Hawaiian from my last video. Figured we'd sit down with Peter here and do a little one-on-one talk while we were cooking, because you know, truck stops are just getting too expensive nowadays. So we live in luxury with a grill out here and sit down and talk to a camera all day. So Peter has actually been all around in the industry. He's been everywhere from car hauling. We had a party bus over in Hawaii, we said.
Yeah.
And now he's all the way up doing heavy haul stuff. So I figured we'd kind of pick his brain a little bit, and you guys always know what I'm saying about the industry. Now we'll hear another person's side of the story. So Peter, how'd you get into heavy haul? What made you decide to make the transition from, you know, from car hauling or party bus to car hauling to whatever you went to next, and then you got into heavy haul?
I started out in the construction industry, doing end dumps, belly dumps, pulling doubles, triples, slip-ins. My family was all in the construction in Hawaii, so I started out there. And then when we moved to the mainland, started pulling, we call it the mainland, you know, or for Hawaiians called, this is a big island.
It's kind of like us over, you know, over in Japan, it's what we call it the Rock.
Yep, the Rock. You know, only can go so far.
Right.
But I mean, it's an industry that if you put your mind to it, do it right, you can make a good living. You know, there's always that little niche.
How about this economy, though? We can't make a living in this economy right now.
You can and you can't. It all depends.
That's kind of why I take as much time as I can off and just sit at home.
I wish I could take time off and sit at home.
Yeah.
I got too many grandbabies.
I hear you. What tell them all about a little bit about your truck, make, model, specs.
It's a 2006 W9. It's got the 86-inch sleeper. It's got a C15 cat inside. I added an axle, so it's a 4-axle. I've got 336 rears, pulling heavy haul.
And the trailer?
The trailer is a Fontaine XL40, so, and it's a stretch. So with a 3-axle with a flip.
Hold on, I gotta go back. I gotta go back to the truck because this is driving me nuts that you're running with 336 rear ends. Yeah, I gotta know how. Other than the fact that you get way better fuel mileage than me, how is that on doing like some of the heavy stuff? Like these aren't too bad. What are we, 102,000 pounds or something?
Yeah,
so these aren't too bad. So
I did one just. I was 123,000.
123,000.
And it went from Georgia all the way to Texas.
And how did that do on fuel and pulling the hills and
pulling the hills? I might not be the fastest, but I get up there.
Yeah.
But then when we're on flat, I mean, it cruises.
Yeah. You've had a little bit of work done with your motor too, so you can't just shy away from the fact that you've had some work.
Just a little bit. And I didn't do it. The previous owner did.
I mean, you gave me a run for it on flat ground. You were trying your hardest. I saw it. So
yeah, but anyways, you were going and your fuel was going like this, where my fuel stayed like that.
Yeah, I went through a half tank on the, what did we do today, 400 miles?
Yeah.
I went through a half tank on 400 miles today. So you guys are going to see me keep grabbing my book because I've kind of got specific questions that I want to ask him. I want to make sure that I hit all the points here. That way you guys, go ahead and flip that. That way you guys aren't left with you know, certain questions and that stuff. So I'm going to try and hit every question I possibly can. So that way you guys kind of get the gist of what we do out here from a different perspective. But the main question that a lot of people are going to wonder is why heavy haul and what makes it better or worse than other parts of the industry. And you being from all different parts of the industry should be able to answer this very well.
Well, I did car hauling. Car hauling went down. I did reefer, I did flatbed. Why heavy haul? Honest, less work.
That is absolute. I am lazier than. See, these guys don't know that, but I am super lazy. That's why I got into heavy haul. Everyone's like, well, heavy haul is so much work. And no, it ain't. No, it's not. It's a lot of this right here, sitting and barbecuing.
I mean, most of the time you can't run at night.
No.
So you can't leave for a certain time during the day. You can't. You have to shut down by a certain time. You pretty much always get a parking stall.
You got curfews. You
got curfews. Everything.
So we are literally a load on.
Yeah.
And sit and wait for everything else.
I was used to driving 600-700 miles a day.
Yeah.
And I mean, pushing my clock all the way, and then
jump into heavy haul, you're like 400 or 500 miles. You're like, hell yeah, I had a good day today.
Exactly. Well, what did we do yesterday?
Oh, I think we only did like 280 miles or something.
Yeah, something like that.
All right, man. I got one. This is gonna be a good one, man. I know you were thinking about it earlier because I did ask you kind of earlier.
Right.
What is your most memorable? Actually, you know what? I want to go back before that. The car hauling thing. I do have a personal question because I've never been in car hauling. Do you guys get paid per car?
Yes.
So per car you go. Say you pick one up in Georgia and then you pick 3 up in.
So they all.
We're all going to the same place. You get paid like $1 per car per mile, or how?
No. So like most of the times if you carry 8, 9, it's almost $1,000 a car.
Oh, okay.
And then depending where you go, so we used to go from North Carolina all the way up from Maryland to Vegas.
Oh, okay. So you'd have to do a lot of out of route bouncing.
Yeah. So you go here, there, load, and then when you get down there, it $800 to $900 to $1,000, maybe $1,200 a car.
Yeah, zigzagging all the way across the United States.
Yeah, and then sleeping in a tiny little sleeper.
Oh yeah, they do have those small ones because they all got to be flat tops. So
me and my wife used to do it, and we actually, when we slept in it, her head was by my feet, and my head was. That's the only way we'd fit in the bunk.
I hope you guys wash your feet every day.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You guys all wearing these flip flops and stuff from Hawaii.
Oh, then I scrub her feet at night. You know what I mean?
All right. What is the most memorable story, memory that you've had in the whole trucking industry? It doesn't have to just be heavy haul. It could be.
It was when I was car hauling.
When you were car hauling.
I picked up I picked up in Oklahoma City. I picked up my last car. I was heading out on 412, heading towards Denver, Colorado, and I hit black ice.
Black ice is a very scary thing, and a lot of people from the south that actually haven't gone, you know, other than Texas because they get an ice storm once a year. But a lot of people from the south that haven't gone up north or anything, or further outside their Florida comfort zone. Black ice is basically ice that you can't see. It just blends in with the road. That's why they call it black ice, because it blends in. And it doesn't have a shine to it, doesn't have anything. But as soon as you hit it, it's like you're skating on an ice rink. So.
Yep. And so as I was coming down, the wind was blowing pretty good. And I felt it blow me across. And I was like, oh, okay. And so immediately, I was already down to about 30 miles an hour. And it still blew me. But by the time I got back over, I could see there was another car and another semi. And they were probably like 300 yards away. Well, I got it back into my lane and just trying to let the tires not slow. You know, you put it in neutral so you don't overspin. It blew me again, and I was going right for the car. It was a van, and there was a family in the van, and then there was a truck behind. I got it able to go off back to the right, took it right off. Just missed the van, took it right off, flipped the back trailer, but I didn't hit anything, didn't kill anybody. The state trooper that came, all he said was, "Hey man, I want to thank you. That van, that was my friend and his wife and 3 kids in that van."
Oh wow.
And if I would have hit them and that car, you know, that would have been, but I decided to take it off.
Not only that, that state trooper showing up being the first one, if you'd have hit that van, he'd have had a grudge already because it was his friend, you know.
But he was like, and he goes, dude, there were 13 accidents in 5 minutes on that, all over. A car went underneath the...
Wyoming?
No, this was Kansas.
Kansas?
Yeah.
I would say it seems to happen once a year, man, over there in Wyoming and Nebraska.
And storm just came in out of the blue. And the ice was this thick. Because it took him a half a mile to stop and then come back around to get to me.
I feel like everyone's got one of those horror stories like that, man. That's a bad day to be in.
Well, it was a bad day, but it was a good day.
Yeah, I mean, it worked out to be a good day. But
right.
Either way, it's always a bad day when it comes with ice.
Right. Well, to me, I looked at it like this. You can't replace a life. You can always replace material stuff, your cars and everything else.
I can't afford to replace my truck.
Oh.
Sure, they want $300 and some $1,000 for a 3-axle truck now. I can't afford to replace this thing. Right. YouTube's not that good.
Yet.
Right. So, that's your most memorable story. This is a big one. And I think it's impacting everyone across America right now. Probably everyone across the world, because I actually did see a national average for the fuel prices and stuff. How are you able to overcome the economy the way it is right now? With fuel prices going up, everything inside of these truck stops is going up. Even I noticed the other day I reserved a spot, and it used to be $15. I think now it's $25 to reserve a spot. Yeah, that was me and you. We reserved those spots.
Yesterday.
$25 to reserve those spots. It used to be $15.
Yep.
I mean, just everything's skyrocketing.
Everything's going up.
How are you changing the way you run or whatever to cooking out by the truck?
Yeah.
No more eating inside.
Yeah. I mean, I can go spend $200 at a Walmart, and I can feed myself for the whole.
Which is surprising because even Walmart's gone up in price.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure we've probably got $40 worth of steak on there right now.
Yeah. So that's all I do is steak, corn, and rice.
That's right.
Hawaiians gotta have rice.
We're bougie.
Bougie.
Bougie truck drivers. That's what heavy haulers are. Just so all you guys know, bougie truck drivers.
But I mean, it's gotta. I don't know. I just keep pushing through. It's got to change.
It does.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm reading stories. There's hundreds of trucking companies, smaller mom and pop trucking companies, going out of business weekly.
Yeah.
Because of the economy, they just can't stay afloat. And all these brokers out there. By the way, say no to cheap freight.
Yep.
All these brokers out there just trying to cut throats of all the truck drivers out here because they can, because everybody else is taking cheap freight. I mean, you got all these people out here taking cheap freight because they haven't saved up for a predicament like this, which this was unexpected. I mean, nobody expected something like this to happen to the economy. But
well, let's go back, but we ain't gonna go there.
Look. We all expected something to happen when that guy got in office, but we're not saying anything about that because people start getting all political and butthurt on my channel. So, don't make me go political. Don't do that. Not in an interview, man.
No.
All right, so our changes of overcoming the economy is eating out at the truck now instead of eating inside. We're not spending our money inside. We're spending our money to stay at the truck now. All you do when you go to a truck stop, get fuel, park in their parking lot. Don't pay for the stuff inside.
Yep. So like, even I went in and bought one of those little space, and I put it in the freezer.
Yep.
Then I put it down, and then I turned my truck off, and then I played it, and it doesn't cool off the truck as good, but it saves me from running the truck almost 5-6 hours.
Oh no, dude. No. I'm way too bougie for that. No. There ain't no way I'm living in this heat without air conditioning.
Well, it's an air conditioning.
My truck does not shut off from the day I leave the house to the day I go home.
I know
My truck stays running. I don't care. I will run my truck into bankruptcy. I promise you I will.
I won't.
Yeah. Well, you got like 9 million grandkids, you said, so.
Yeah. 6 girls, 2 boys.
Dang, man. Big family, big family.
Yep, all in 4 years.
Wow. How many kids you got?
4. 2 boys, 2 girls. My youngest son has 4 daughters. His wife owes me, I told her 12, and she agreed.
Oh my God.
She agreed to it, but after the first one,
she changed her mind.
She kind of changed her mind. She's giving me 4 gorgeous girls.
That's good.
My other daughter has a boy and a girl, a girl and a boy, and then my youngest daughter has a girl and a boy. My oldest son, who drives for Bennett, if we got any single women, he's single. He's available. He's handsome too.
Hey, I may have to cut that part out. I don't know if I'm allowed to put that out there. But just so y'all know, we have a Hawaiian Samoan that's single. Oh, Tongan. Sorry, Tongan. I don't know what the difference is. You have to ask him.
Hey, it's just handsome.
Oh, is that what it is? Alright, man, alright. How long have you been with Bennett?
I started 2.5 years ago.
2.5 years. What do you like and what don't you like about Bennett? And be honest. This channel is all about honesty.
Yeah. I mean, I've had other trucks over at different companies, and we never made any money. I mean, I'm talking 5 trucks made $500 at other companies.
Total?
Now, total. Okay. We
That's
came over.
$100 a truck, man.
I know.
Did someone take a vacation?
I don't know, man.
Vacations.
They wouldn't. And me and my wife keeps all the books and stuff. She don't do it on computers. Hers is all on paper.
Oh.
And when we went to this company, she goes, oh, so basically you're charging us here, and they were shocked that she knew what she was talking about.
Right.
But when we came to Bennett, we actually, within a year of bringing our trucks over to Bennett, we're actually got out of the red into the black, and we're back into the red because we came over with 3 trucks, and we've added 2 trucks.
You bought 2 more, so you're just gaining ground for the 2 extra trucks that you guys rebought. So basically, you guys, you're not really in the red. You just re-equified.
Yes.
You put all your equity into something.
Yes. And this truck and this trailer is one of them.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I actually remember this was a Bennett truck before you guys bought it. And what the guy tell you, or did he buy
him and his wife are doing DOD.
Oh, they're doing okay. So
they're but he owns one of the best mechanic shops around.
Yeah. Yep.
And that's the only reason I bought this.
Yeah, he's a pretty good guy. I know he takes real good care of his stuff.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the same thing with what happened with me. Is I bought my truck and trailer from a guy retiring from Bennett, only because I knew he was the one owner.
Right.
He bought it brand new, and I knew how he took good care of it. You know
yeah, and that's the thing about this. That guy, he's very meticulous. He doesn't put junk on his truck.
Right.
And if it gets repaired, it doesn't get repaired with used parts.
Right.
he puts all brand new. So like,
Oh, not me.
I've
Go to
got-
the junkyard.
well, he's put 2 brand new rear ends, a brand new transmission, 18 speed, brand new clutch, new air to air. Every problem that he had with his truck, he fixed.
Okay.
And then he turned around and he sold it to me for a really good price.
10 grand?
No. But
I was say if he sold it.
but
for
less
10,
than
I'd
what
be-
everybody is asking.
Okay, I was gonna say if he sold
And I
it.
mean, they're like family, you know. But I'm telling you, you pay for what you get.
Oh, absolutely. That's I got a deal of a lifetime on mine. I would never. I couldn't believe the deal when he offered it to me like that. I couldn't believe it. Man.
Right.
It was just one of those deals that was almost too good to be true. I
Right.
went to sleep that night and woke up and I called him. I was like, "Did you offer me that truck?" So hey, it was just one of those things.
But yours is a nice truck. I'm gonna tell you, his bumper is one of the sexiest things I've seen on a truck.
Thank you. I may have to cut that part out of the video. All right, so you told us the good about Bennett. What about the bad? What's the things that you don't quite like about the company? And like I said, be honest, it's not
Permits.
permits. Okay, I do agree with permits.
Permits.
Escorts.
How much it costs. You see a cost of what the permit is to what you gotta pay on a permit.
Yeah, they do add an upcharge on everything, and that's the other thing.
And then like on our standby times, I don't think we should get hit on those.
standby time.
Yeah, well, like if you get detention or
Oh yeah. So you think detention should be 100%? That should actually be 100%.
because
they
we're
do.
paying our fuel.
Exactly. And detention here, I will agree. Detention here is not 100%. Basically, like me personally, I get 76.7% or something like that.
Right.
And that's what I'll end up getting of the detention. I'm gonna roll these. Sorry guys, we're trying to multitask and it's not really working. We're trying to keep you guys entertained with all these questions I gotta ask him, and also make sure we don't overdo our steak. But you get 76%, well, whatever your percentage is when you come here, because different areas get different things. Like because we got 4-axle trucks, we get an extra percent for the fourth axle on the truck. Same thing with the trailers, you get extra percentage for the extra axles on the trailer. Now, but yeah, that is one thing I wish they would fix is detention time. We should get 100%. I do 100% agree with you on that.
I mean, other than that,
Escorts too. I think escorts need to be worked out. Look, my biggest thing about the escorts is I would rather be able to pay the escort out of my pocket than have to wait for it to come out of the settlement.
right?
I'm not a big fan of it sitting, you know, because we get here at Bennett, we get paid every day. Like if you do a load every single day and you turn it in every single day, you'll get paid that same day.
Right.
They have a quick turnaround on their pay. But when it comes to oversized loads, they need, before they can pay us, they need to wait for permits to come in, they need to wait for escort charges to come in, they need to wait for everything to come in, so that way they make sure they pay us correctly and they don't, you know, pay us too much and then have to take it back from us. I would personally rather pay for my own escorts and pay for my own permits. That way I don't have to worry about whether escorts are coming out or permits are coming out if I'm going to get paid today or tomorrow,
Right.
because we're still waiting on bills to come in. So, but that being said, I guess the final question for you, unless you want to wait until you're done doing this, I mean, I can edit and cut and all that stuff out.
Right.
We don't have to have just your forehead on camera.
Yours is done.
Why Bennett?
Why Bennett?
Why do you choose Bennett over any of the other companies out there?
We looked at Landstar. We looked at a lot.
No, you don't want to go to Landstar, man.
No, but
I will tell you that right now.
no. We looked at
Personal
Landstar,
experience.
and nobody, when we told them what we had, they never came back to us. Okay. Then we tried Bennett. We didn't get a first good thing with Bennett too. So what we did was we had our trucks at another company, and then I came on with the owner of this truck to get to know the right people. And once we got to the right people, I mean, I'm gonna say it's been the best thing. Once you get to know and understand how Bennett works, to me, it was a great fit for us. You know, and like I said, we came with 3, now we're at 5.
I don't know if you know this, because we kind of just bet on that last run we did.
Right.
But you guys all know this, that I've told you in a past video, this is my 4th time back with Bennett. I've left here multiple times and went to other companies and tried out other companies, and I've came back. So that should tell you guys something, that if I'm coming back this many times, obviously those other companies aren't all they're cracked up to be.
Right.
So it's just one of those things where I think, like you said, it's all about knowing the right people. And within Bennett being as family oriented, that is a very hard word to say.
And that's what we are.
Bennett is a very family oriented company, and they'll bend over backwards to try and help anybody out. They really will. Now it's when drivers come in and they feel that they're being cheated or something like that, and every company is the same. You got to understand that every single company is going to have its little flaws, and then it's going to have its good sides. You've just got to pick out which company has the better of all the evils. And to be 100% honest, Bennett is probably
there's more good than evil.
There is a lot more good within this company than there is.
Every company you go with, they have their. You just gotta pick. What are you satisfied at the end of the day with?
Right. Yeah, and it's not about I guess finding the company that's going to pay you the best, because there's really not a company that's paying any better than
anybody else.
They're all kind of, you know, picking and poking at each other and getting the same rates basically.
Yeah.
So it's all about finding the company that you fit in best with.
This rate, same things. That rate might be better from the one side, and this might be better from another side, or lower.
And then
I've seen it happen.
The cartel's paying me great.
I understand.
We're just kidding. We're not really in Mexico.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, I mean, I pulled multiple loads with other companies, and 90% of the time, our rate is way better than their rate.
Yeah. That steak smells really good. I can smell it. I'll watch it eat. Alright guys, look. That was all the questions I had for Peter. Peter, I appreciate you doing this video with me. He also made me a really good steak. And I'm sorry, but there's nothing more important in the world than a good cooked steak. So
if you want luau's, we do luau's.
Except for my family. My family is pretty important to me.
Oh yeah.
But I'm gonna eat this steak, and guys, I'll get a video on the next load for you guys, I promise you. So as always, I'll see you all in the next one.
Aloha.